Thank you so much again for tuning in directly to another session together with me, David Angway, your host. And I invited a good friend of mine who's also doing an amazing things regarding educating a lot of people about property market. And you know what? We've already actually released a lot of videos regarding property market, and you can go ahead and get back directly to our playlist. All right, in our YouTube channel, David Angway, Registered Financial Planner. And of course, a lot of people were asking me right now, especially the millennials, na, hey Dave, I'd like to simply get directly into property, all right? And I'd like to invest my money to the real estate because I know for a fact na lumalaki ito, tong mismong fund na to. So, can you go ahead and simply educate us? And that's the main reason why I invited a good friend and also a property expert with malasakit. All right. Welcome again to the show, Claire Medina. Hello, Claire. How are you?
Hi. Thank you. I'm good.
All right. So
it's good to be back here.
Yes, of course, and thank you so much. It's an honor for us to continue having conversations regarding property. And for those people who've watched our videos for the last couple of series na ginawa natin, you know what? Many people really appreciate it. The OFW, the people who have the money right now, they really appreciate it. Now, let's talk about the millennials. Because again, millennials are gonna be disrupting the whole economy because 80% of the millennials right now are in the workforce. And they have the disposable money. So as a millennial, like you, okay, can you tell us what are your tips regarding property and why should they invest?
Okay, so first, how do we invest ba? How do we start investment? Diba? All of us, before we start doing an investment or doing anything, we should review or have knowledge about what we're going to do. So that's one of the basics. So we have to learn first about property investment before we start.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. So remember these things, guys, okay? You just don't go directly to investments, all right? And then think magically, okay, na mag-grow na lang yung pera mo. So you still need to educate yourself. And that's why we got Claire, an expert in the field of real estate. So Claire, can you tell us, all right, your ultimate tips right now? I believe that you got at least 4 tips right now for our listeners and viewers.
Yes, okay. So that's the first one is to learn about property investment. So once you learned about it, so you have to gather informations like yung mga proper payment schemes or yung developers na gusto nyo, yung mga basic locations, yun yung mga basic, some of the basic factors na kailangan nyo i-consider when starting with property investment.
Mm-hmm. So what's the cost of not knowing the basics? Kasi gusto ko agad ng mga tao, gusto ko agad ng mga listeners or viewers. I'd like to go directly to the advanced mode. Kaagad, lagay na lang ako ng lagay ng pera. Pero we need to at least educate them to understand na ano ba yung cost of not getting into, or what's the cost of not knowing the fundamentals or the basics.
So, if we don't know the fundamentals or the basics, kasi possible kasi na we lost or mag-fail yung maggagawin nating investment. Kasi we don't have the knowledge. Siyempre naman, di ba? Kung hindi natin alam yung isang bagay, mahirap din gawin or mag-trust agad for the process of doing that.
Because I know a couple of people, after they made a payment directly dun sa isang real estate property, let's say for example a reservation, okay, they actually cannot sustain pala the payment, okay? And it was really a horror story for them because they just thought na all I need to do is like to simply have a reservation and then that's it. That's the end of my obligation. Pero correct me if I'm wrong, Claire, is that part of the fundamentals na sinasabi natin dito?
Actually, yes. So that's the second tip. If you are to start the property investment, one of the another fundamental is having to know your budget range. Kasi it's not hindi lang yun based on the reservation. You also have to check if you can sustain the monthly amortizations, especially that. Kasi yun yung parang magiging continuous payment mo until the turnover of the unit or until the last payment for the unit.
So technically, ang kailangan pala natin gawin dito is to to make sure na yung budget mo is well sustainable. Kasi meron ka bang pro tip for that one, Claire? Let's say, for example, I'm earning 50,000 pesos as a millennial every month. How much should I put directly into my real estate investments para hindi naman masasabi na naghihirap na ako at the end of the day?
So, di ba, standard naman when it comes to having computation for the salaries you're earning is, you have to save first before the liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at least 20% of your income siguro you have to save para at least yun, sure na yun na for investment mo siya gagamitin.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi pwedeng, as basic naman, hindi pwede na yung kita mo muna bawas yung liabilities or yung pagkakagastusan mo, tsaka lang yung savings.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi yun yung usual na misconception ng iba, right?
So, ang ginagawa ng mga ibang tao is they have the salary, okay, magpe-payday right now. Or yung iba na nakikinig sa atin today, nag-payday, okay? Big payday for them. Tapos, all of a sudden, they took out they minus the liabilities ASAP. Pero it's not really the fundamental. Okay, what they need to do is like to reverse it and then minus the savings muna. Alright? So, for those people,
Yes.
okay, be mindful about that one. Kung madalas mong ginagawa yan at guilty ka, okay, follow our tip ni Claire. Okay, you do that, ang tawag ito, your salary minus your savings plus your expenses. Hindi yung salary minus expenses is equals to your savings. Kasi baka mamaya, sobrang dami ng gusto.
Walang matera.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so yun, maganda yung tip na yun. So, number 1, invest with a, what do you call this one? With a good quality developer. Number 2 mo is know your budget range for sustainability.
Yes.
Tama ba? Alright. So, what's the third?
Yes. So, for the third one, so we have all the knowledge already. So, for the third one, we have to make sure that our decision is final or concrete yung decision natin when it comes to getting a property investment. Kasi malaking responsibility din siya.
Okay.
Especially for us millennials na we're starting pa lang naman. So, especially for us, if we really want to be responsible enough for that, it's okay. It's it's a big jump for us then.
Okay. So, this is something na kapag millennial ka, if you buy a property, it's like you have a baby. Tama ba? For those people who doesn't have a baby yet, all right, let me tell you.
Or like buying your own car.
Walang ayawan dito kaagad, okay? Because it will cost you tons of money. Okay, same thing goes with your other liabilities or your other investment properties. So, insurance, it's also something that you don't want na ayawan na. Okay, second, your property investment. Because if you let go of that, you will surely lose the mismong probability of increasing your assets at the end of the day. All right. So, do you have another tip for us, Claire?
So, yeah, since the responsibility is the last, maybe once na we're all decided and very, very, very decided na talaga, we can go for it. Because real estate is one of the best investment right now, especially na it is one of the tangible product investment na we can have and very resilient siya sa crisis.
So remember na this one is not just a really good investment. Property is something that can grow and can gain capital, all right? Sooner or later, multiply by time, and with your discipline, okay, to pay for the regular amortization, it can give you a leverage to a lot of people. I know a particular person who started with his buying a townhouse lang. Alam mo yun, parang 5 lang yung nag-start siya, tapos he created a rental property. And then right now, as we speak, he owns a village already. So he started with 5, and then right now he got 500 townhouses. So that's the kind of power of the real estate market. If you have that kind of asset, make sure to contact all right, us or contact me right now directly into the show notes. Okay, and we'll be able to bring Claire directly in front of you. If you would like to learn more about the property market, kindly go ahead and double check our playlist for this one. We do have a 5-part series, and this is one of it. And I hope that you can go ahead and share these things directly to your friends, your clients, or your other relatives who would like to invest with a really good developer, right? And again, thank you so much, Claire, for being with us again. And I know for a fact na you're very busy, but we really appreciate you educating our people right now. All right, so without but by the way, again, my name is David Angway. I'm a podcaster and a registered financial planner. Thank you so much with our guest for today. That's Claire Medina, the property expert with Malasakit. All right, see you again on the next episode. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in directly to this channel. And if this is actually your first time watching, please go ahead and consider subscribing. And don't forget to click the bell button so that we can notify you if we uploaded a brand new content.